So, it's been a while since I've discussed this video, hasn't it? I mean, I'm sure some of you people are probably wondering what's the holdup is, what's taking it so long, what exactly is the holdup on the entire project. And some of you are probably coming to me saying, oh, yo, dude, there's this anime thing coming out for Klonoa. You should totally check out this article thing. I know, people. I am fully aware of that project coming out. I mean, my friends have told me, my family have told me, my bunny has told me, the deer I almost ran over on the way back home from work told me about it. I get it. I've seen it. I already know of it. I'm excited for it, honestly, but now's not really the time to be discussing it. Perhaps later on my personal channel. I would like to discuss it, but I'd rather discuss our movie that's happening here as of now. Because I'm pretty sure some of you are probably wondering what exactly is going on with the whole thing. It's still happening. Believe it or not, it is still happening. But there's some things that are going on with it. Now, to pretty much tell you guys about what's going on with the whole movie, the scripting that we're doing is completely being redone. We're doing a completely different kind of thing with this script. Instead of doing what seems like a continuation of the Klonoa series, we're actually going to be doing a retelling of Klonoa's origin. Because you see, the idea came up like this. While I was looking through the entire script of which we were originally going to do, I started thinking a little bit. I don't know how this is going to get people who don't know the character interested in them. Because the thing is that it's kind of requiring people to have known what the source material is before going into the whole thing. And I feel that's not exactly the best idea to get somebody interested in the series. Because, hey, if you really wanted to get a new kind of audience, then introducing them to things where the only way they'll understand what's going on is if they understand the original stuff, then I feel that's a bit unfair to them. And really, the only thing that will really attract to this entire thing are people who are fully aware of who Klonoa is, and that wasn't necessarily the whole goal. The goal was to get Klonoa more recognized in a more greater audience. So I feel that doing an origin story where the people learn who Klonoa is throughout the entire movie without needing to having have known the character is a much better idea. I mean, it's like if we were to make a Street Fighter movie, and we were to say, yeah, this movie is intended for audiences who don't know what Street Fighter is. But you better play the games if you want to know what's going to happen in the movie at all. Like, I feel that's kind of a dick move. It's like, oh yeah, you gotta know all of this stuff prior to coming in. And it's like, what's really the point here? Now, it's sort of an idea that I had similar to Sonic Origins. I believe I mentioned it somewhere in one of the discussion videos. My idea for Sonic Origins, where I essentially took some aspects of Sonic the Hedgehog and I retold them in my own fashion. And there were even times where I would mesh continuities together to make different kind of stories to go along. Like, I took some ideas like Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Sonic Adventure and meshed them together for something. Sonic Adventure 2 and Shadow the Hedgehog, I meshed them together for something. Not one-to-one, of course, especially for the latter one, dear God. But essentially, what the whole concept of Sonic Origins was, is that I would look into certain aspects of the story that go into Sonic the Hedgehog games, and I'll go, you know, I feel this would have been better if this happened, or they incorporated this, and I would ultimately use that to create something that would be a much better storyline to go on and make much more appealing characters. That's what we're doing for the Klonoa movie, actually. We're actually doing that. We're taking some elements of Door to Phantomile and Klonoa Heroes, and we're meshing them together. Again, not one-to-one necessarily, but we're basically taking aspects of both areas and we're just meshing them together into something. And I think it's working well so far. I'm not going to discuss too much of it, mainly because I want to keep this as spoil-free as possible. But essentially, what we're doing is retelling the story of Klonoa while giving our own little twist to certain things to essentially make them a bit more appealing. And we're using the basis of Door to Phantomile and Heroes for that notion. And that's essentially all I really want to talk about in terms of the script writing. That's going well. That's going at its own pace. I want to kind of discuss something that I've been meaning to wanting to talk about ever since I've had the issue. But it's kind of because the issue, I've been having a bit of a difficult time trying to figure out exactly how to discuss it and essentially put it into a video. Now, the script writing is all fine and dandy. We're going at that at our own pace. The main problem is other means of production, such as animation and sound direction and stuff. Because you see, I have a bit of an issue. My PC don't play sound. Like, at all. Like, and I know some of you are probably going to be asking, well, do you check your audio settings to make sure that it's picking up that, yeah, you have something set to play out of speakers? I do, actually. I do check my audio settings to see if it's detecting any of the output devices that I have. It detects them. It tells me it does, but I don't play them. And I don't even think it's the computer itself. I more so think it's due to the fact that Windows 10 just sucks butt dribble. But, yeah, that's essentially what's been really going on. Like, I haven't been able to hear sound for a while on this PC. The way I've been editing my videos now is that I've been recording things, or I put a video together, I upload it privately onto YouTube, and then I just mark timestamps down to figure out where I need to put what needs to be spliced, what needs to be edited here. Very specific timestamps to make sure everything goes where it needs to. And there's some videos where I can get away with doing that, like my Smash montages are simple enough for me to get away with doing that. This video might be simple enough for me to be able to get away with that. But in terms of, say, like commentary videos, because I know a lot of people ask me about that, guys, I haven't left or stopped doing commentaries, but the thing is, depending on the material that I'm working with, or depending if it's solo or a co-op, is going to increase the length of how much I can actually get the video done. In fact, this is such a hindrance that the co-op commentary that me and my friend Max were doing is actually being edited by someone else, being edited by the pretty princess of the commentary community, Master TP. So that's taking a while, especially considering TP already has a lot on his shoulders already. So that's gonna end up taking a while. I mean, I'm not gonna push TP or anything. He can do it at his own pace, because I'm fully aware of what he has to go through, so he's more than welcome to just abide by his own time. But as for other aspects, it all depends on the kind of video that I'm making, will depend on whether or not this hindrance is going to end up being a problem. And honestly, for this movie, it's probably going to end up being impossible if this problem still lingers. Now, we finished the script, you know, done deal. But if this problem still lingers when we finish the script, then yeah, it's going to be a huge problem. Because it's not like if I were to animate like a 5-second thing, and the only voice that I require is myself. Because then all I'd really have to do is just put in lip syncing, and then just dub over the lip syncing, you know, anime VA style. This is a feature-length movie, where there's different voice work going on, there's sound direction, music direction, like all sorts of things that require me to know what I'm doing in terms of hearing sound. And I can't just go off of a gut instinct because of it. And that's a problem. And it's something that I'm going to be looking into more and more, because seriously, I would love to be able to hear sound on this. And I'll also be looking into talking to a Radio Shack about possibly finding a headset that this thing will detect. Because once upon a time, even when I did switch to Windows 10, there was a headset that I used that this PC did pick up. I'm not using it anymore because it's kind of busted. So, unfortunately, I am at the mercy of Windows 10. And I will hopefully see if I can try to find a headset that will work with this, because honestly, I would like some nice, crisp quality. Because I miss having that in my videos, and having to resort to my webcam for a microphone just makes me cry at how bad the audio comes out as. Like, seriously, I keep listening to some of the things I say on webcam, and it's like, oh, Jesus Christ, I wish I had a headset. I'd sound so much better. There's all of this mediocrity, and it makes me want to end my life. But anyway, that's all I really have to say about that. That's the issue that I'm going through. That's the current status on the script so far. Right now, I kind of want to take a little moment to discuss a certain individual. A person who has put so much effort and so much time and dedication into this project that it can't go unrecognized. Like, it'd be a sin if I were to just sit through this entire video, just watching Audacity recording me, and none of it being any kind of praise to what this person has been doing. That would be my wonderful friend, Scarlet Otaku. She has done so much work for this entire project. She's done artwork for this. She's done a lot of things in terms of script writing and ideas and brainstorming, getting voice actors together, discussing things with them, getting ideas from them. I would not be surprised if people just heard of the Klonoa fan movie from Proboscis Sniper and assumed that this was all her idea. Just because that's how much work she's put into this. Like, I'm not even joking. She is probably the only reason that this movie is still even alive at the moment. Because, like, when Dream Bullet ended, and I stopped doing Dream Bullet, the amount of people talking about it just stopped. Like, in about, I want to say about a couple of weeks. Because, yeah, it died off that quickly. But this movie, because of Ronnie's dedication and attention to this, like, she's been treating this entire movie as if it were her child. That's how dedicated that she has been to it. And because of that, it's the main reason this entire movie is still going on. In fact, it's actually a reason why I still haven't dropped this project, because I would just feel like the worst human being on the planet if I were to stop all this together and put all that work that she did to complete waste. Like, I'd feel like the worst person ever. I'd feel like the worst friend ever. And I don't want to do that. I want to be able to see what work that she's actually put out. See the kind of things that me and her have thought about, that things that she's written down. Because I want people to see that she is a great writer. She's a great artist. Like, she's very talented. And it's because of that talent is the reason why this entire thing is still going on. And we're hoping this entire thing is still going to happen. So, all I really got to say, Ronnie, I appreciate every little thing that you have ever done for this project. I do not regret bringing you on here. Bringing you on here is probably the greatest thing to ever happen to this project. And overall, you're the greatest friend that I've ever made in my life. I'm happy to know that you see me as a brother, and I love you. As a friend, Loudon, Jesus Christ, put the goddamn shotgun down. I'm not taking your girl. Besides, I got one myself. Anyway, that's all I really have to say. I did have a script for this, but then I lost the original audio thing for this, and I thought, I'm too lazy to write a script, so I'm gonna wing it. So, anyway, this is Realm Wars the Second, and here's hoping for the movie to be good. Cheers. It's Hawaiian Punch. Calm down. John gets the booze drinker.